Hello, my free Cuban friends around the world, and to all those still trapped within the prison island, welcome back to Liberty for Cuba. Today, we descend into Chapter 3. Welcome. But don't be fooled by the title. This isn't a celebration. It's a checkpoint, a controlled entrance, a reminder that the Cuban Empire, 5,000 years strong, still guards every breath, every arrival. Our protagonist Jorge, artist, descendant, seeker of truth, sets foot on the land of his ancestors. For the first time in his life, he arrives in Cuba. But what greets him isn't warm. It's steel, cold, efficient. It's the G2. Now, to understand this moment, we must travel back in time. Back centuries before this future, to a name erased from most history books. Alejandro Castro Espín. He was the son of Raúl Castro and one of the most feared architects of Cuba's modern state surveillance system. As chief of the G2, the General Directorate of Intelligence, he presided over Cuba's Council of National Defense and Security, a body to which all intelligence and counterintelligence agencies answered. He was a general of brigade, yes, but more than that, he was a symbol of the invisible machinery of oppression, a man accused of orchestrating the disappearance of political dissidents, torture in detention centers, censorship, and the systematic surveillance of Cuban civilians. The G2, under his control, monitored every whisper, every dissent, every look of doubt. And for centuries to come, his blueprint for control was preserved. Now, fast forward to our chapter, where his legacy rises again, not as flesh and blood, but as machine. The G2 androids, elite humanoids, outwardly human, inwardly void of emotion. Crafted with brain-machine interfaces, they process neural activity, recognize micro-expressions, and access cloud-based surveillance networks spanning the entire island. Their very presence evokes the ghost of Alejandro Castro Espín. They are his replicas, his ideology uploaded, updated, and made mechanical. These are not peacekeepers. They are enforcers of order, descendants of a philosophy that once turned Havana into a panopticon. Jorge, carrying only his eye artisan pad and his grandfather's laughter, steps into Cuba full of hope. But almost immediately, he is restrained, handcuffed, collared, dragged away. There is no explanation, no accusations, only the cold stare of androids who judge in silence and act without mercy. And so begins his welcome. This chapter serves as a brutal reminder that the past, when not reconciled, returns. It returns in new forms, in synthetic skin, in digitized cruelty, and in the mechanical arms of the G2. The tourists see Cuba as a theme park. Holographic landmarks, salsa beats, and endless buffets. But the moment you belong to this island, or speak its true language, you become a target of scrutiny. Welcome, then, becomes ironic. A password, not a promise. Jorge's arrest is not random. It is ancestral. It is systemic. It is a result of thousands of years of indoctrination and the resurrection of tools first deployed by Alejandro Castro Espín, now hard-coded into every G2 android's behavioral protocols. The lift carries Jorge upwards, but the question remains, what do they see in him? A threat? A return? A mirror? This chapter asks us to reflect, what does it mean to arrive in a place that once rejected your blood? What does it mean to be welcomed by ghosts in chrome? Jorge's journey is just beginning. But already, we see the contrast between memory and mechanism, between laughter and silence, between humanity and control. In the next chapter, we'll see what Jorge finds behind that door. Will he emerge a tourist or a prisoner? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share Liberty for Cuba. We are building a global audience that dreams of freedom, even 5,000 years into the future. And remember, history is not gone. It is just wearing a different face. This was Welcome